So we're on to the fourth day here at Scarlino Cup in Tuscany. Top of the table, while Quantum Racing just inching clear each day. Battle for second to sixth. There's only 5 points in it. Sea breeze is expected once again. We're back to Windward-leewards for the last 2 days. We're loving it. 45 races to go and still 4.5 regattas to go. It's a long season. How do you set yourselves up every day?
Well, I think you're right. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And one of the things that you have to understand is you can't win the regatta, or you can't win the season at the first regatta, but you can screw it up. Maybe through the year your philosophy and your tactics change. They get a little more radical towards the end of the season, depending on where you are. What we as a crew are trying to do is keep in the game until the last minute, and then maybe hopefully we can pounce.
Everything could happen every day. There are so many good teams and they are very prepared. I mean, you could see with Provezza, they made so many steps up. Last year they are struggling all the time a little bit with speed and light condition. Right now they came up to a very good speed. It's really close, and so everything could happen, and there's not a real pressure.
So with Ed Reynolds from the Quantum Racing, Ed, we've launched the 52 Super Series app. Seems to be very successful. Guys are using it here and your guys are using it at home.
Yeah, well, it was great to see it come online on Facebook. So, I made everybody that works for Quantum share it with all their friends. So I'll be surprised if there are not a lot of people that are on the app using it. I mean, every day on the chase boat since we've had it, we're sitting there watching the racing. It's like, geez, I wonder how we're doing. I look at the app and go, wow, we're clicking off some meters right now. So the accuracy of it has been pretty impressive, and we actually get a better perspective from that than visually just watching the racing on the course.
Yeah, the app's great. You can sort of go and you can zoom in and out on the boats and see what's going on, and then there's a nice feed as well of information coming. So when you're on shore, you can follow the racing really nicely. Mum and Dad and stuff are all on it, and they're looking and keeping an eye on the racing and stuff, so that's great.
Keeping an eye on you.
Keeping an eye on me, yeah, exactly. Make sure I don't get in any trouble.
It's 6:15 here in Scarlino. We're just off the water. Been a long day. We went out there at 1:30 and we've got one race which started about 10 to 5. Breeze was very light and fickle all the time. Eventually we got this race away. Sled led all the way around the course. Big right shift on the first beat. Platoon fouled Provezza on the start line. 20 seconds they were late across the line because they had to take a penalty, and they went round the top mark in 6th place. But say Sled led all the way around the course from Allegri. Platoon got up to third after the first run, and then got through Allegri on the next beat to recover to second place across the finish line. Sled first, Platoon second, Allegri third, Quantum Racing a nice solid fourth. But that gives Platoon a good step up to a solid second going into the final day. Quantum Racing leading by just 4 points now, and possibly 3 races in the final day, and it could still be all open.
Yeah, pretty happy with that. It's one of those races where anything can happen. The wind was very strange even when we did race. We expected more breeze than that from our forecast, but you got to go with what you've got, and we're pretty happy with the result.
We've seen that pressure on the left is a little bit weak, and there was a big pack of spinners, and we want to avoid the shadow, and we had a good lane and have seen some pressure on the right hand side, so it was our choice and worked out.
Platoon's still breathing down our neck, I mean, they're fast, and so I think like most of the competitors, they're fast. Allegri's sailing well. And the rest of us have struggled a little bit with our consistency, but you got to give those guys high marks, both those teams high marks for how they're sailing.
Enjoying the battle?
Yeah, I always enjoy the battle.
Good. So the standings after 6 races going into the final day of the Scarlino Cup. First place Quantum Racing on 19, second Platoon on 23 points, Allegri at 25, fourth are Provezza on 31, and Azzurra also on 31 points. So it's been a very long day on the water here in Scarlino. We're just going to speak to the strategist and find out how his day was. So how was your day? Rough. Well, that's it from Scarlino for the moment. Just the one race today. A long day in the water, but let's get some sleep because there could be 3 races tomorrow. Forecast is for 12 to 15 knots according to my boat driver, and join us then.